Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here from Matt Carves. We're going to carve a concave in a spoon.
Okay, so one of the biggest problems in carving a spoon is trying to go deep enough but not too deep that you go through to the other side. So I put that white dot in the middle where the kind of deepest point is going to be, and you can sort of see it there on the side. Now I'm going to put that mark there. That's how deep I want the concave to be. So how are we going to tell this? Well, I've got this method that I use sometimes, and I drill into the wood to a depth where I want to go to.
Okay, so you can sort of see here, I've got the side here, I've got my drill bit in there, and just trying to figure out. Now there's two ways you could do that, is you could put a little bit of tape on here just to show you where to go to, or you could just sort of like loosen it off and we'll just go to that point there, so I can't go any deeper anyway. I'm measuring right to that point in the middle there, not to that bit on the side. Try and go straight down. Okay, so our main weapon of choice today is the Kutzall Rotary saw. You can sort of see here that there's kind of quite severe lines there, and if you hold it in one place it's going to leave lines in the wood, which like it does in my finger. You wouldn't want that going. To get rid of those lines you kind of pull it like that.
Okay, so you can see those lines there if you kind of hold it in one place. But what a good thing to do is just to pull it like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to follow that hole down to the point where it stops, and that's when we know we've gone deep enough. So I always find when I'm carving, when I first start this spoon thing, I want to sort of like work out how this burr goes through the wood. It's different with every wood, so it's not the same. And you can try other burrs as well. This is the coarse burr, but I kind of think that the extreme one is good. You could also use this one. This is a sphere. The problem with this one is it's not really the same shape as the spoon, so the smaller they go, it's sort of like harder to get that real kind of nice smoother finish. So one of the tricks to getting a smooth finish is to go really fast like that, so you can sort of see it's a little bit smoother there, kind of. But we'll go back to that roto saw, the extreme one, and now I'm sort of like, I've got sort of like a feeling of it, and so I'm sort of like going wider up to the lines. So when I was doing it before I was only in the middle, so I was kind of, that was my practicing there, and now I'm going up to lines because I can kind of feel it. Sometimes you want to hold it on an angle. You can sort of see my left hand there holding it on that angle. Yeah, so just figure some things out what you're kind of doing, and the thing is to try and get to that depth with a kind of like, it's going to be pretty rough. Don't worry about the finish just yet. Just sort of try and get the kind of shape, the concave shape, kind of right as you go down into the spoon. We've got a long way to go, but it is cutting through the wood pretty quick. Now with this burr you can really get quite accurate. You can sort of see me going down that line there. Now I take multiple passes at it. I just do it sort of really lightly when I'm coming up to the line. That's kind of true with any kind of burr, is when you're following a line, just go really lightly up to it. And the aggressive kind of nature is sort of like in the middle. You can really hack away at it there. Okay, so I've been going for a while, and I am approaching the bottom of the drill hole, and you can sort of see how rough it is, and I'm not too worried about that, because the key is to sort of like get it to that point and then sort of then concentrate on long sweeping kind of pulls through the wood like I'm kind of doing now. It's a real process of just sort of like going slowly and lightly. I'm going to show you cutting out the edges. You can do this on a bandsaw, but you could do it also with a burr. This is the roto saw, and you can see why it's sort of like a saw when you put it down. Now it's only going to go to the depth of your shaft, so it's not going to go that deep, but it's quite nice because I'm only sort of like doing this concave today just to sort of show you sort of like what this burr can actually do as well. So then I'll take away some of that, and also what I want to do here is I'm probably going to change the profile of the top rim of the spoon, just so it's a little bit more dynamic. It's just not completely flat. Now if you're just starting off carving spoons, I would just do a flat top, just keep it easy. Now what we're doing here is what we were doing before, is we're just really trying to concentrate on getting the spoon sort of like to not a finished quality, but just sort of like the shape of it really nice and without those kind of severe ridges in it. And then we will go in with sandpapers and sort out the smoothness of it. So it's really just sort of like going over things lightly. You'll find too that if you increase the speed, sometimes it works out a little bit better because it doesn't sort of like settle in one place. And when you touch the bird down, you kind of almost want it to be moving so it doesn't sort of like hit the wood in a stationary position and leave a mark. You kind of want it to be moving, and then it sort of like scoops into the wood. Yeah, so you can sort of see I'm going quite fast there, and it's smoothing it out quite well. Still got a little bit of that drill bit to go, but I'm just sort of like working up to that. Real nice close-up shot there. And you might sort of like concentrate on little bits there and take those bits out. Now you can sort of see what I was talking about before with that side profile on the rim of the spoon. It kind of goes down and then up again. Now I'm just sort of going around and lightly touching it and pulling the burr upwards, and I am pretty happy with it now. Yes, you can see marks in it, but that's going to all be taken out by the sandpaper. So what we're going to use is two types of burrs here. You could just use the POLIWELL, I think on the one on the right. I think that one's probably the best, but this flap sander is quite good as well. You can sort of see it molding towards the concave as well. And the same principle with this, you want to keep things moving pretty fast so it doesn't sort of like settle in one place and leave a mark. You can sort of see here the finish. Now I'm going to go in with the POLIWELL disc sander. These attach to the Dremel. Really nice little soft spongy bit there. Now what you will notice when I am using this, I'm not using it flat. I'm kind of going in at an angle, so I'm just using the side of it. I think I've got like about a 100 grit on there now, and which seems to be working pretty well. Now you'd work through the grits if you wanted to, and if you've liked what you've seen so far, if you could hit that like button, that would be awesome. Now I have got links to all of these attachments in the description, so check those out. They are affiliate links, which just means I get a little bit of a cut on the money you spend. On the Kutzall ones, you get a little discount as well. So that serves you quite well, and it serves the channel quite well as well. Lots of wells here. Okay, so we're on to finishing off this concave. Now we're on to the hand sponge sandpaper. This is quite nice. I'm getting some from Amazon, so I'll tell you about that when I get those ones, but I got that one just from a local trade shop. So I'm using just a polishing wheel there. You can get a big packet of these from Amazon, and they're pretty cheap as well, which is quite nice. They come in different colors, which just means different hardnesses really. And in the next video we will work on the other parts of the spoon. Haven't quite decided on the design I'm going to use first, but check out this grain in here. It is a beautiful grain as it graduates down into the bottom of the bowl of the spoon. Thank you all for watching. I hope this is helpful for you that want to sort of like maybe go into spoon carving. Kutzall rotor saw, really good cheap way of getting into spoon carving. And if you want to watch another spoon carving, this is a very complex one. This is the daisy spoon I carved a long time ago. All these twists and turns. Had to use like really small Dremel, well, they're drill bits. Check it out. See you everybody.